Hello, gorgeous soul. Welcome to Susie's Enchanted Crossroads. I'm Susie, and this podcast helps you navigate your journey through the crossroads by taking a deeper look into witchcraft and spirituality. So settle in, grab your beverage of choice, and let's get this episode going. Hello, gorgeous soul. How are you feeling now that we are in, what week are we in? In January. Second week of January. Anybody else just lose track of time around this time? I guess the only thing I can really say is that what's going to help me get back on track is getting back to work. I know a lot of you, if you haven't already, have begun, trekking our way back into the office, so to speak, with a full week of work. And for myself, as I'm recording this, I'm not out of town yet, but I'll be out of the office. But I'm going to a work convention. And I'd gotten a few responses, and I love to hear from you guys. It just makes my heart so happy. How do you find time to slow down when society around you is telling you to go, go, go? And it's that tug of war, right? It's like, oh my gosh, it's that forward and back and forward and back. It's like I want to relax, but my job is telling me to hurry up and go, and whatever the case may be. So, what a good way for me to tell you, I'm literally in the same boat. In Texas right now, we are getting hit with a storm, right? A storm's moving in. So, as I pre-record this, the storm's going to hit the same day that I'm going to be flying out. We fly out with students and it's other teachers for this conference. And just in the dead of winter, I've never agreed with the timing of this thing, but the wheel keeps turning, right? This is not going to slow down. It's going to keep going and moving. So, what can I do to prepare myself? What can you do to prepare yourself for when, there's just no time to stop? The thing is that you have to allow yourself some time to stop, even if it's just 2 minutes of breath work. Another way to help you do this is to set an alarm. It's like you got to schedule your own time to like breathe. It's almost like it's gonna sound so bad, but it's like when you have to like you're so busy. It's like you have to schedule in a time for like to go to the bathroom or a time to like cry. You know what I mean? But if it's on your schedule, if it's on an alarm, it's easier for you to do it. Or if for example, when I was working with my Reiki master, um, trying to get to meditation, she told me to basically almost Pavlov myself, right? So I would, I brush my teeth every single morning, every single night. So I would put my toothbrush in my very back room to make myself come into this space where I usually like ground myself and meditate, to give myself 2 minutes to breathe, to relax my shoulders away from my ears, and to take the deep breaths. Brush my teeth and then put it back. You know what I mean? So then when I would forget and I would leave my toothbrush obviously in my restroom, when I would brush my teeth, and I have one of those Sonic toothbrushes, not sponsored, but I don't even know if that's the brand. But you know what I mean? Like you press the button and it's 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes, right? So 30 seconds, it's like in one section of your mouth, 30 seconds on the other. And for those 2 minutes, as I'm brushing my teeth, I'm actually mindfully breathing, relaxing my shoulders away from my ears, and coming to a place of calm in those 2 minutes when I brush my teeth. So at least 4 minutes out of my day, I am breathing. Now that's just me. For you, it could be, oh, here's another thing I do. If you follow me on social media at all, I used to do this a lot and I would post it. I think I'm going to get back into it. So when I pull into work, I actually pull up the shades. I don't like to park too close to the building. I usually parked farther away, so there was no one next to me. And I would literally just put on some music that I could breathe to. Now, it doesn't have to be meditation music or, I don't know, nature sounds or binaural beats or anything like that. It could be a song that you love. And if that song is like 2 minutes, 30 seconds long or 3 minutes, and when you're listening to it, you're just breathing and relaxing and grounding, congratulations, you just meditated. I'm gonna take a sip of my tea. Those are things that I had to put into my practice because I knew for a fact that once I walked in those doors, even if I was early, there's always going to be someone there, right? To ask you a question or to chit chat with you or something, something's always bound to happen. So at least I set myself up for that time. Now, I don't do it when I leave work because I just want to hurry up and leave. But those are things that I like to do at least to start my day. In the middle now, I've tried now to, after I eat lunch and I go to the restroom, I spend time washing my hands and allowing the water to hit my wrists, especially, and breathe into that. So, whoever's in the bathroom, maybe like, damn, that girl's really washing her hands really good, which I am. But it's really tangible for me to feel the water and hitting the wrist and just really feeling like whatever happened the first part of my day is just literally falling out and down the drain away from me. So those are some things that you can do just to kind of reground yourself. So as I'm setting myself up to go on this trip, begrudgingly, I go back to the reading that I did for myself. And this is where I'm going to plug what I do. Because as much as I love doing my podcast and I love it to bits and pieces, book me right now for a year ahead reading. Now, whether starting the year resonates at the new year, January 1st for you, or the month of January, or if it resonates for you in March when spring hits or when Aries season starts, whenever you feel that the year begins for you, I will pull cards for you, and a card is going to represent the energy for that month. And when you book with me, and if you're like, well, I've never gotten a tarot reading before, what do I even ask for the whole year? It seems daunting. It's not really. I know it feels like that. And trust me, that's where I was at the very start when I got my first tarot reading. Well, honestly, when I got my first tarot reading, I was just like, what is this? What are you doing, ma'am? Because I went in for Reiki, not knowing what Reiki was. A friend of mine did it and she said it was awesome. And I was like, you know what? I was at the end of my rope. I ended a 15-year relationship and I was just over it. And at this point, I was like, sign me up for everything. I feel like my mind, body, soul needs something. And then from there, the person I was doing Reiki, who is now a friend of mine, she was like, do you want me to pull some tarot cards for you? And I was like, what's that? Sure, do it all. So I really did dive in head first. I just felt the calling. Now, for you, gorgeous soul, if you're curious about it, hit me up. And sometimes you just take the plunge. I don't do readings and Reiki and spell work for those of you that are already know what it is. Like you're seasoned, you've done this a million times, you know everything about well, not everything, but maybe you do or don't. For me, I want to work with those of you out there that have the questions. Maybe you're a curious skeptic. You've never done this before. I want to help guide you into that. And so a year ahead reading could be as easy as what energy should I call in each month in order to put myself first, in order to remain grounded, in order to remain focused? Or what should I do? How is my energy for each month when I want to prioritize my small business, prioritize my marketing, prioritize my health, prioritize connection with family or whatever. Tarot is so beautiful that way to guide you. So for myself, I'm really going to lean into the card that I pulled for January. And when I look at that card and what I wrote for myself, then it's like, you know what? Let me see what I can pull from this card as far as getting strength for it from it, knowing that we are supposed to be in hermit mode and hermit is the card for 2025, but really feeling whatever card was pulled. So for the collective last episode, I would go listen to that one if you haven't yet. I pulled the Ace of Cups for everybody, all of my audience out there. The Ace of Cups is starting new. It's figuring out how to foster love within, I don't know, maybe it's yourself or relationships. Maybe it's, I don't know, trying to find love in your job again or knowing that this energy, this love here at the office is a little toxic. Let's go ahead and, find something else. But whatever the case may be, we can look at that card, right? The cups. How can I refill my cup knowing that I need to keep moving forward in this society? My job is very much go, go, go. I know nature right now is take a pause. So if I'm looking at the Ace of Cups, how can I do that for myself within my busy work schedule? If you make moon water, maybe when you make that moon water, you have the intention of as I'm moving forward at a quick pace, may my mind not race as fast as what people may want. This moon water, when I drink it within in my coffee, though my coffee gives me energy, the moon water within is supporting me and reminding me to take a breath. So when you schedule in your year ahead readings, you can really lean into the card of the month. When I do my year ahead readings, I also pull cards for the energy of the year. So if the energy of the year, let's say was the Ace of Cups, that's the energy to keep refilling your cup. And the cup for January was, I don't know, the Fool, right? The Fool is the start of a journey. Obviously, it's the start of 2025. And we go into it with faith, we go into it knowing that even though we don't know where the road may take us, this is going to be for the betterment of of yourself because we're no longer staying stuck at the crossroads. We're moving forward no matter what. However, as we move forward, we understand with that Ace of Cups that fostering relationships and making sure that my cup is full is the only way I can really feel that sense of groundedness, that sense of safety. And you're probably listening to this and you're like, okay, but I know nothing about tarot. Girl, that's why I'm here because I let you know the energy and I send it to you. It's in audio, it's in video, and you can always hit me up if you need it. Now, when you do click all the links below, you're going to see different options because I have an option where I send you the reading. I mean, and we can meet live for 30 minutes or I can just send you the recording. Totally up to you, whatever you feel comfortable with. The other packages, I can pull 2 cards for each month, and we have a Reiki check-in in the middle of the year. And then the other one is we start off with Reiki, and then I check in with you in 6 months, the middle of the year with Reiki, and then we end the year with Reiki. And there you can tell me what's going on within these marks. So I'm just saying. Take time for yourself. It is so easy to say and so hard to do sometimes. But at the end of the day, you only need a few moments for yourself just to start with. Don't think that you need to sit down in a room, crisscrossed applesauce for 30 minutes trying to meditate when you know that it's just, I can't, because your mind is racing. Start each day just 2 minutes, gorgeous soul. Pick a favorite song and listen to that. Maybe as you wash the dishes, that's when you meditate. It's just finding these little pockets for yourself where you are able to fill your cup just a little at a time. And before you know it, you're going to have a full cup and feel so much better. And let me know how you're doing. Where can I support you? I have all the links in my show notes. You can shoot me an email. There's a jot form in there where you can fill out super easy, quick. Hit me up on social media. Say hi on Instagram. Say, hey, I'm a Podience listener. Just wanted you to know, and this is how I'm going forward in 2025. If you're doing something that's working for you and you don't mind sharing with the class, please let me know. Because the dogs are always going to be barking, the kids will always be screaming, your boss is always probably going to be down your throat. But in the mix of all of that, you need to make sure that you take time for you. You got to make sure that we breathe and scream, maybe, and cry and yell. Whatever outlet you need, gorgeous soul. Nobody is here to judge you. You find an outlet that works for you. And if it's working, keep doing it. There's no judgment there. I can't wait. I hope y'all, if you're listening to this, I would love to hear from you. Like right now, I'm drinking some tea. As soon as I'm done with this recording, I'm going to put on a jam that's, I don't know, 3 minutes long and just sit with my tea, listen to the lyrics, and just breathe. Because that's what I'm going to give this gift to myself. And I would love to hear what you use. And even more so, I would love for you to book your year ahead reading. I want to support you. 2025 may be a year of uncertainty, but I want to give you something to build a good foundation. That way, whatever you're building, you have solid concrete underneath you. You're not on, I don't know, at an incline, or we're not prepared. The universe will throw you some dodgeballs here and there, right? But it's just to keep moving on your path. All right, gorgeous souls. Until next time, I will see you at the crossroads.